Life is filled with so many choices to choose from, decisions to make, things that you have to do, and many distractions that you could waste your time with. But the question is, how do you prioritize the many things you have to do within your daily life to, one, maximize your productivity, get the most for your time, get the most efficient work done, while still getting the other things done that aren't so demanding, that aren't so pressing, but they are things that you want to get done. And all it breaks down to is prioritizing, organizing and prioritizing. What is urgent? What is of urgent need right now? What is important? What is not important? And what can be put on the back burner? That's where you can categorize each and everything that comes towards you every day and put them into a category to decide how you're going to move and how you're going to plan it out to get it done or to not do it at all. And a simple way to break this down is something that I learned when I was training to be a manager in my previous company. And it's actually called the 4Ds: do, delegate, delay, and delete. And these are so important because everything, every task that you are throwing at in your daily life can be categorized into each of these based on the urgency and if it's important. So do is the first D we're going to start with. And this is anything that you can get done within 5 to 10 minutes. A task that comes at you that you know you can do within 5 to 10 minutes. Just go ahead and do it and get it out the way. Simple as that. That way you can get it out your head, move on, and go on to the next step. Move on to the next thing you have to get done. The next D is delegate. Delegation is giving a task to another person and trusting that they will get it done the same way you do. So maybe the task was meant for you. Maybe somebody asked you to do something. Maybe somebody asked you to clean the bathroom or a room or their house or mow their lawn. But you may not have all the time to do that to be able to get everything else done that you want to do. But you can delegate it as far as finding somebody else to do it, whether it's outsourcing and paying somebody or somebody internally like a family member or a friend that's willing to go do it. But you delegated that task off, so now it's off your plate, but it's also still going to get done because you now entrust that person. You have delegated the task to that person, and that person will now complete it on behalf of you. So it's kind of like you're moving like a ghost. Yeah, you were supposed to get the task done. Yeah, you're going to report to that person when the task is done, but you delegated it to somebody else. And that's so important in leadership and having effective planning in jobs and companies and businesses all around the world. As a manager, that is so important. Delegation. So we're at the first D was do. Our second D was delegate. Our third D is delay. Now, delay doesn't mean put it off and not do it at all. Delay means put it off for a period of time because it's not so urgent as the other tasks. So it may be important, but it's not so demanding for time or so urgent that you need to get it done as soon as possible. So you can put it off for some time to get the things that are important and are urgent done first. So delay is just putting it off to the side for you to come back at a later time when you have that open slot or a gap of free time where you're able to relieve yourself from all of the demanding tasks to get things like that done. The delayed tasks are important, but they are not urgent. And finally, our last D is delete. So delete means to completely get rid of something. And this is so important. This is so important. This is so vital. And this is so key. And it completes that quadrant of the 4Ds as getting rid of things that do not matter. Then these are things that aren't important and they are not urgent. You can completely get rid of that task. You do not have to get it done. You are not obligated to do anything that you do not want to do. I want you to remember that. You are not obligated to do anything that you do not want to do. So if somebody asks you out to lunch and you can't get it in, you can't squeeze it in, or you don't feel like trying to squeeze it in, or you have so much on your plate that it is just almost impossible for you to break free to actually make that slot, that lunch, that coffee, that event, get rid of it. You don't have to do it. If it does not align with your goals, if you have to feel like you're forcing it into your schedule, you're trying to squeeze it in around everything and you're just spreading yourself too thin, or you're stressing yourself out or feeling overwhelmed trying to get it done, you do not need it on your plate. You do not need it on your task list. You can delete it. So just to recap, we have our 4Ds. We have do, delegate, delay, and delete. If you can get it done within 5 to 10 minutes, just do it. Get it out the way, get it off your plate, get it out your mind. If it's of importance and it's urgent, but you can't get it done, you can delegate it and entrust it to somebody else to get it done on your behalf. If it's something that's kind of urgent, but it's not pressing for time, it's not demanding, it's not urgent, you can put it off and delay it for however long you need it to be to get the other tasks that are more demanding and more urgent done. And if it isn't important and it is not urgent at all, you do not have to do it, and you can delete it at your own discretion. You can put it off, forget about it, and not worry about it. Do the things that matter. Do the things that progress you forward. Do the things that propel you forward towards success. Because this is what I mean by life is made of decisions, and the decisions you make can either propel you forward or hold you in the same place for the rest of your life. Do things that make you successful. Do things that actually roll the ball forward, that move you forward, that progress you forward. Because taking one step at a time, day by day, gets you further than doing nothing at all or doing too much and getting nowhere fast.